Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hey
to the
there.
Treefort. So today we've got a Treefort. The pipes are all clogged, so we're gonna figure out something to do about that. Call a plumber or something, and we're gonna
Yeah,
be getting
we
into
we
that.
know a guy.
That's right.
Hey
And with
everyone.
me right now is Kelsey. So she's gonna be taking us through Super Mario Odyssey just shortly. Before that, though, a couple of announcements for everyone. Tomorrow we've got the Brawler Community Spotlight. That's going to be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then coming up, November 13 to 20, we've got the new game submission period for AGDQ. So anything released on or after August 1st, 2019 is eligible. If you've got a new super cool run that you want to get to show off, make sure you get a submission in for that. So, with the final note that all of this content, anything for Hotfix, this is all brought about by viewers like you who are subscribing, cheering. So, thank you all for that. And I'm going to pass it over to Kelsey, who's going to tell us a little bit about this run, and then we're going to get started.
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone. I'm Kelsey or Kelpsy, as you may know. This is Super Mario Odyssey, which is, as we all know, the latest one of the latest 3D Mario installments for the Nintendo Switch. This game's been through a bunch of really awesome, exciting speedrun stuff in the past year, almost 2 years since it's been out. So you're gonna see me run this game kind of briskly, but not exactly maybe the fastest that you've ever seen it, but I'll do my best. And yeah, so just before we get started, this is version 1.3, and that is important. I'll explain why later, but this is version 1.3 and also physical copy as well. So you might have heard people saying physical versus digital and all that stuff. So I guess, Tina, if you want to count me down.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. So one thing you'll see me do a lot here is skip cutscenes. So if you've never seen the game before, you're going to be missing a good bit of story. But
So, there's some lore here.
Yeah, there is some lore. They went with a wedding theme, so the typical, Bowser steals Peach. Mario gets completely destroyed and has to go find Peach again. This time we got hat people, and these hat people are going to help us, go get Peach back before Bowser marries Peach or forces her to marry him. So the other thing is you'll be hearing me kind of like shake a lot, especially as I'm talking, which is really fun. Sounds like I'm like on a roller coaster or something. Whoops. And that's because rolling is a really fast way to get around in this game. So Cappy is our friend here that we've just met. Again, missing the lore there since we skipped the cutscenes. We use Cappy a ton. He opens up stuff for us. He captures stuff for us. He lets us jump a lot better. And yeah, so we'll be trying to get through Cap Kingdom pretty quickly here to get to the meat of the game. Right now we're capturing this cute little frog. Oh, I just missed that.
So, you mentioned that you're shaking around a lot. Tell me a little bit about the controls of this game.
So, you can play on like the Switch, of course, like with the Joy-Cons. And actually, I think the motion controls being a huge part of this. A lot of people do prefer the Joy-Cons for the speedrun. I play on the Pro controller just because I think it's a little easier to handle, and the analog sticks are a little easier to handle because I have smaller hands. I don't know. It just feels better. Oh my gosh. So the other enemy that we see here throughout the run is these Brutals, which are just these like rabbit fiends that are wearing hats. They all have different types of hats. But so we'll fight a few of them, and we'll see a couple of them a couple times over. So yeah. I just realized I didn't start my timer, so that's fun. I have no idea what I'm going to be at, so this will be fun. This will be great. So again, I'm going to be cutting through these cutscenes, just skipping all these movies, going right through all this text, just so we can get, again, right to the gameplay. I think it was measured at some point that like the record now for this game is under an hour. It's 58 minutes and 47 seconds by Tyron18, and it's actually like measured now that like about half of that is cutscenes alone, which is crazy for a run this short and this optimized. So if you do like breaks in your runs, this is definitely a good speedrun to pick up. But you will be mashing. They will put you in work. Oh gosh. Okay. Alright. So this next part here, we're going to be capturing a dinosaur of all things. There's a few instances of hyper-realistic animals. This is one of them, is the dinosaur. The other one we'll see later is like a dragon. That's a little towards the end. I'm going to be using this, oop, I missed the platform here. Come back and do it again. This hitbox is really tricky, but we're going to be using, ooh, that looks short. Ooh, we got it, nice. We're going to use him to get up there to skip all of the nonsense to get up here to beat Mama Brutal. Mama Brutal's got this fun little chain chomp, which she doesn't know that we can capture. So we're gonna use that to our advantage and hit her 3 times, as you do in Mario games. 3 times, 3 is a big number in Mario. Hitting 3 things 3 times, or 6 times, you know. Oop. Alright, so she's out of the way. Again, more cutscenes. Very dramatic death here. It's very important that we respect this. And gonna be grabbing this multi-moon. So the multi-moons are usually what we're given after defeating a boss. And that's really good because they give us 3 moons, right, as you can tell. And in this entire run, we'll actually only collect 124 moons. So really what we're doing is trying to get moons as quickly as we can just to get back to the Odyssey and then go to the next kingdom. And you'll see how many we need just like on the top left here. And that's like really like the main strat. It's just, you know, trying to figure out, okay, what moon can I get as quickly as possible? And if I miss that moon, what's the backup for it?
So I do have a question from chat
Sure.
here.
Oh, yeah,
is it your feeling that Mario was originally designed as a little kid's counting game to teach kids to count to 3?
Yes. I don't know about you guys, but Mario taught me typing. If you got anybody else who ever played that game, I mean, Mario is obviously an educational resource. So we just are picking up this airship called the Odyssey, which is where the game's name comes from. We restored it using power moons. And we're going to be taking this ship all over. So the next kingdom we'll have here is actually one of my favorites, Sand Kingdom. I love each kingdom has their own like little form of people, and like I love the little people in this one. They're like all skeletons and stuff. They're real fun. Again, just mashing through the text here. If you ever watch speedruns of this, you'll often see people playing in Japanese, which is a little bit faster, about 11 seconds faster than the English version. I just haven't made the switch yet, to be quite honest. Nothing that I'm scared of, just like, you know, just haven't done it yet. I only started running this game about 4 months ago. And I did not do this for the last 4 months. I actually swapped back to my other speed game. And then came back to this one. Oh. Nice. Oops, except I fell down. That's not so nice. Little awkward movement here because I missed the jump. Alright. That bird is really annoying. Little tricky. Oop. I am forgetting a moon. And we definitely need the right amount of moons. Got ahead of myself. There's a couple of these in the run. If I can find this one. Hello. There they are. Ground pound moons. You'll see a few of them. Here's one. The next moon we also do is a ground pound moon, and it's just a very specific spot. The way you know where they are is the controller vibrates. And literally just you go by the vibration of the controllers, whatever you're using, Joy-Cons or Pro controllers. So here's another one, except I'm missing it. So I did mention earlier that this is version 1.3. 1.3 has very fast loading times, so Nintendo pushed out an update this year that really, really improved the loading times of this game and Breath of the Wild as well. And it became the fastest version to use. Before, you used to have to do some funky stuff to play on 1.0. And apparently also playing on a... Sorry, a little bit of concentration here. There we go. Playing on the digital version is also a little faster as well. I have just the physical version. Haven't shelled out to buy the digital, you know. So it's not too much of a difference, but you definitely want to be playing on 1.3. So we're going to be kind of jumping all around here in sand. Couple moons involving the bullet bills, except this guy is not making it easy for me to get him. I'm shaking all through this to get the bullet bill to go as quickly as possible to get to this moon, because it's a little bit far away if you were to play this casually. Now we're going to loop over here. And the thing about rolling is you do want to use rolling. Oops. See ya. That sheep just went flying. See ya. You do want to use rolling as much as you can to really maximize like movement if it's going to be a long bit of running that you would normally do. But it actually turns out that the downhill rolling doesn't need any like boost motion like you see me doing. So if I'm going downhill, I'm just going to be letting Mario roll by himself because it's faster that way. This is a really fun game to play with just the different types of movement that is available to you. It's very satisfying to learn. Also, there's a lot of improvisation involved. So in case maybe you probably don't do the same thing every single time unless you're like really up there in like the optimization. I know for me, this game is like, what do we got today? You know, what's the flavor today of Mario Odyssey? We're going to be hopping over here, using the bullet bill a couple more times. And this is the beginner's route. Beginner's route, which you can find on YouTube by a well-known runner named Smolliant1. You can actually get like a 108 with this route, which is pretty nuts. Oh, and I totally missed that. So I'm going to go back around. Hold on. Get a new bullet bill. There we go. A little more direct trajectory there. That jump right there is called Jaxie Skip, because normally to get on top of this pillar, you have to use a Jaxie, which is that line guy right there, to go through this underground region. But we're just going to skip all of that. All right, a little more rolling. Almost rolled into the cactus. Now we're gonna find our way over here to an oasis. Oop. Another ground pound moon. And a nice little thing that we get to use here is Cappy can just warp us to A, the Odyssey, and B, checkpoints that we hit in the overworld. So we'll be utilizing that thanks to 1.3, since the load times are much faster. We'll be utilizing that to get around the levels quickly instead of having to like drag Mario over there ourselves. All right, so that's the next. That was another kingdom down. Got a few more to go. So this next one is called Lake Kingdom. We do have the option to go to Wooded, but we do want to get Lake first. And the whole story here is that since Bowser has kidnapped Peach, he's also gone through each of these kingdoms and taken like a treasured item that each one has. So there was like a ring in the desert. In the Lake Kingdom here, there's like a dress that he stole. We're gonna ignore most of that. Don't need the lore. Mario becoming a zipper. Pretty great. And this is the first of our water levels. There's only 2. And we'll be using the Cheep Cheep to get around really quickly. Cheep Cheep's got interesting controls. There's a button for up and down, and then, you know, your analog stick just controls him otherwise. And then your other analog stick is just the camera, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. So we got another moon down here. Now you notice how very few moons we need to get out of here. So we're going to use that multi-moon to our advantage and just go beat up the boss. Oh, I missed. Alright. Gonna jump up here. Nope. Doing it a little late, I think. There we go. Alright, so this is Rengo. And Rengo likes to throw his hat. Oh, I jumped a little early. So there's a way you can beat him quickly, which is involving doing a backflip on him and then kind of using iframes to just kind of like go through him and then jumping up again to bop him. Because every time he gets bopped, he takes damage. Like that. There it is. And there we go. There's our multi-moon. So we're already gonna peace out of Lake Kingdom and never come back. That is definitely another thing that differentiates this category from the other categories of Super Mario Odyssey, obviously. There's quite a few moons in this game. If you do complete 100%, there's 880 unique moons. So we're only getting not even like a quarter, not even an eighth, maybe a little over an eighth of those. So that's pretty crazy to think about. But the other categories of this game do dip into the kingdoms multiple times. But we'll just be getting like a little taster of each, if you will.
So while we've got this cutscene going, I noticed that whenever it's free, you're picking up coins. Are you aiming for a specific number of coins as you play through this, or is it just...
Yeah, there's actually a couple moons that we do buy, so you need at least 200 coins, and that's really it. So actually in Wooded, I'm about to buy one, and then I'm going to buy one later in Snow Kingdom, and that's the only money the only money that I really have to worry about. So yeah, I did pick up quite a few of them in Sand Kingdom because that's just where they're easily found. But yes, good observation. Did not talk about that. I totally forgot about that. All right, this bunny is a little problem. Except I can't seem to get him. There we go. Come on. There we go. Ideally, you would do a long jump there, and then you would bop him, and then you would just get him really quickly. Definitely an annoying moon to practice. This game is pretty hard to practice since there's no, there's obviously no practice hack or anything like that. It's just very much playing through the kingdoms over and over again. So there's the first one that we buy. Ooh, I did that a little early. So normally we would take a different way into the rest of Wooded Kingdom. We kind of skipped all that to get through the back way here. Also, there's a couple moons that we want over here. Here's one. There's a few moons and nuts that are hidden in this kingdom. Wooded is also known for its very good music, which we're about to jam here once we get into the overworld proper. These guys are called, oh gosh, I'm totally blanking on their name right now. Uproots, there we go, uproots. And we're gonna use them a couple times as well. Oops. So again, motion control is really making a difference here. So I'm holding A just to get the uproot to go up, but if I shake the controller as it's going up, the uproot will actually extend a little bit further, almost as if you're like making him go on his tiptoes. And we'll need that for a couple moons. This is a scary jump. If I fall down here, then I go into deep woods, and I don't want to do that. And deal with the dinosaurs there. So we're gonna just jump over it very gingerly. And this is a little pipe section. There's a couple moons in here that are easy to get. Oop. And now we swim in. All right. So again, utilizing the warp there to get back over here quickly, and then I wouldn't have to make a scary jump again. I totally forgot to hit the piranha plant, so I'm gonna hit him again, which is good. I was wondering why Cappy was lagging so far behind. It's because I forgot. So there's a nut, another nut. So that piranha plant isn't really a boss. He's just kind of like a barrier enemy, just kind of preventing us from getting to the rest of the level here. We'll see this again in like Luncheon. I'm gonna go ahead and take the flower path here. There is a way to jump directly from that last platform I was on to this bigger platform, but it's a little scary to do. We're gonna make our way up here. And back all the way over here. We just got a little bit of a tower to climb. Again, these are this this area is filled with uproots, so we're going to use the uproots vertical motion to our advantage to climb. And this is a little trick here where we get to the edge and then we shake and just skip all that climbing. And there's another moon. So this next guy, his name is Spewert, because he spews lovely purple stuff. Again, 3 hits. All right, got our multi-moon. So again, we're just gonna dip right out of here. The game does give us an option to go back into the kingdom and be like, hey, pick up more moons if you want. But again, we just wanna dip out. Oops. And now we'll be attempting to go to Metro Kingdom. However, I'm going to be thrown onto a detour. Sorry, again, skipping all the movies here. Let's see. We hit something. Now we're in Cloud Kingdom. It's beautiful here. So heavenly. And this will be the first time we fight Bowser. Already. I just want everyone to appreciate Bowser's haircut in this game. It's really beautiful. It's really quite styling. Also going to be using motion controls here to hit Bowser very quickly. You can sit there and tap Y a lot. Or you can just like shake the controller and Mario and Cappy, I guess, will automatically do very quick succession punches there. It's a pretty good fight so far. Purple hats just kind of get in the way. They can drop health if you do drop below full health. Game is really forgiving when it comes to... Oh, I just missed him. I was a little far away when I tried to get the hat. So it didn't quite work out that well. So we just kicked Bowser's butt for the first time. There's Peach looking like so cute. That's the first time we see her the entire during the speed run. You see her normally a lot in casual play, but that is actually the first time we'll see her out of like twice. Story here is Bowser gets mad that we beat him up, so he throws our ship into this lost kingdom, which is like this island surrounded by poison, purple poison. And the very key thing here is we don't want to A, fall in the purple poison, B, to get caught by this bird named Klepto. If we trigger the Klepto cutscene, it's not like the worst thing in the world. It will slow things down considerably. Usually that's like a run reset kind of situation, but I'm not going to reset. Oops. I did not jump onto Cappy. Cappy let me down. Oh gosh, okay. Lots of scary moments. Do a nice little long jump. Lost actually has really nice music too, so it's kind of a shame that we don't even get to hear it. We will be triggering Klepto in a minute here on purpose, but we just don't want to do it early. We don't want to get the cutscene where we actually lose Cappy. Ooh, okay, it's okay. All right, we recovered. That was scary. All right, now we're gonna trigger Klepto, but we still have Cappy, so everything's fine. Oh. I can't get on top of this platform, apparently. There we go. And I'm still jumping the wrong way. Alright, there's a moon hidden in there. Alright, we're gonna give the Cappy to this guy. And then we're actually gonna grab this one over here first. Couple more moons here. Alright. And now we're actually gonna take this little death here as a death warp, if you will. And that'll get us right back over to the Odyssey, and we're leaving. We're out of here. That was a really nice Lost segment. Sometimes those jumps can be a little scary, a little daunting, and there's not a lot of room for mistakes. So Lost is usually a lot of new runners' least favorite because of how difficult it is, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Alright, so now we're in Metro. There's two parts to Metro. The first part is Night Metro, which obviously, because it's nighttime, and then Daytime Metro, and it's because we have to fight a boss in between them. Oh gosh. Metro is also a very tricky kingdom. Again, lots of big jumps to do. I'm actually gonna realign that. That was the first big jump. Oh. Yikes. Okay. So I definitely missed that jump, but it's okay. Again, game is very forgiving when it comes to deaths. All it does is dock you some coins. But we're gonna be able to do all that again pretty quickly. Oh, Mario, please. Mario totally missed Cappy there. I've been having trouble with this jump lately. I had it down for a while, and then I don't. You know, sometimes that happens with speedrunning. Alright, so we're gonna jump up here just for a little safety. Oh, grab that moon. Woo!
So lots of improv in this run, you say?
Yeah, lots of improv. Like that, again, I wasn't supposed to fall there. I'm okay. It's okay. It's totally 100% okay. We're gonna just improv up these stairs. I was supposed to do a long jump all the way across. It's fine. I do not like Metro very much, by the way. This is my least favorite. But we're gonna just keep pushing. Alright. This next part is the second hard jump. I'm practicing this a lot, but we'll see. Oh gosh. Yeah, we totally missed that. It's fine. I went off to the left or right for some reason. Just use the old strat there to climb quickly. Alright, we're up! Oh, Mario. Oh god. Okay, so yeah. Sometimes that happens. Mario just misses Cappy, and then you lose all of that upward progress. That's totally okay. That feels bad, but it's okay. Hopefully we just don't die at this point. Okay. Alright, we have made it up. It took a while, but it's okay. Get some health refill. Also, we're going to be using that warp again later for daytime metro. So I'm actually using motion controls here. It's actually easier to do this fight with motion controls. Often, when you have a situation like this, or like a fight like this... Oh wait, I forgot to hit him 3 times, oh my gosh. I'm flustered right now, I'm very sorry. So often when you have a fight like this, and you have this like kind of first-person view, you don't want motion controls, but yeah, we definitely wanted it here. For a Mecha Wiggler. Sorry, I'm trying not to move the camera around too much. It can be a little dizzying. So ideally we want like a 2 cycle here. Unfortunately we missed it. Gonna get a 3rd cycle in. This is actually one of the few occurrences of RNG in this game. It's just the way Mecha Wiggler moves on this building. He can give you really bad patterns sometimes, and it's just impossible to hit him. In that case, I think that was more user error, but it's okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, and here's a very convenient multi-moon. But we're not done with Metro yet, because even though we did get the multi-moon, and that's usually like, oh hey, you're done with Kingdom, we do have all of daytime Metro to do, and we do need more moons for the Odyssey. So we'll be heading into that part. And daytime Metro is just so much more pleasant. It's not raining. Everyone's outside and enjoying the day. There are people here. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Try to do a thing here where I throw Cappy, get this moon, use motion controls to get Cappy to zip over. Oh, I missed it. So we've captured this guy, which is kind of crazy. And we're going to use this RC car. The controls for this RC car are absolutely bonkers. I do a lot of forward and backward motion, like a 30-point turn, you know? Seems to be something that works for me. I would like to get up here, though. Alright, there we go. See if we aim this correctly. Almost. We can actually land directly on the bench here for this moon. This guy, you just stay here, talk to him, you know, let him vent like a nice person, and then just like, he's like, yo, thanks for being a friend, man. Gives you a moon. Shoutouts to Nintendo. Alright. And hopping through. Hidden moon in here. And now we're going to use that warp point that we got earlier before we beat up on Mecha Wiggler. This is where there's a couple scary jumps. This first one's not too bad. It's just a long jump. A couple cap jumps afterwards. And then we get this dumpster moon. I like the name of that one. How do they take out the trash? And then we're going to just do another long jump. And then head back all the way up here. I messed up that, unfortunately. We were up here earlier for Mecha Wiggler, but we're gonna go all the way to the top here. Grab this one. I'm gonna carefully long jump Mario if he's cooperating and not doing backflips. What a problem to have. And just fall into that one. And then again, using cap jumps just to get over here. I missed it a little bit. That one's very precise. Out of all the ground pound ones, I think that is the most precise one. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And then we're going to make it all the way over here to get in between these buildings. Why you go inside a building to get between buildings, I don't know. But we're just going to roll with it, literally. Oop. Ooh. Nice. Covered that. Almost missed that moon. Alright. So, heading out here. So, the mayor of this town, New Dong City, is our girl Pauline, who you may recognize from Donkey Kong. One of the OG maidens. And so she said she wants to have a parade or like a, you know, like a celebration, a concert, if you will. And so she needs a band, and that guy just happens to be chilling there. So we're only going to get 2 of them. We're actually not getting the band back together. Only halfway. We just get the bassist and the drummer guy, and that's really all you need, honestly. Like, this guy was lovingly nicknamed OTEP because he speaks the only really intelligible word out of all of the citizens. And then we're gonna be leaving Metro. That's it. All right. So it turns out that Bowser wasn't where we needed him to be, so we have to keep looking for him in other kingdoms. First, there's going to be a couple quick ones here. Snow Kingdom is the first. And then Seaside is the next one after that. You can actually do these in any either order. Doesn't really matter too much. If you actually have low coin count, you want to do Seaside first to get some more coins, because we are going to be buying another moon here. Oh gosh, I can't believe I just fell off there. And then we find Toad out of the blue. That's like one of the few times we ever really see Toad in this speedrun. So that's a pretty early moon to get. You can actually use just the boxes in their intended manner to just wall jump and get that one. But you can also do a little fun triple jump action. And here's the second moon that we buy, so we don't really worry about money too much anymore after this point. Oop. Use this umbrella to get some height. Oop. And get to this moon hiding here. Amazingly, in Snow Kingdom, there is an abundance of snow. So, we've got a lot of, typical, oh, look for the moon in the snow stuff. So here's one. So Snow Kingdom actually has these 4 sections that you do, and then they unlock other sections of Snow Kingdom. There's like a little race thing you can do. We're gonna skip all of that. We're gonna only do 3 sections, and accidentally jumped off. Okay. Now we're gonna get this guy. Use his windy power to just get rid of all these spinies. Okay. You need to actually go in the pipe, Mario. You are a plumber. Thank you. Alright. Headed to the other side here. Have some fun capturing Goombas with the cute little Santa hats. I mean, okay, so we don't want to kill the Goombas. We don't want to kill the Goombas, so we're going to try that again. Oh, God. We really need all of them, all 4 of them.
Kelsey.
Yes.
Kelsey, did you just kill Christmas?
I did. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's okay, we're bringing back Christmas. We're here now. We're all here. Alright. We're gonna leave the Goombas in peace now. And then now here, we're gonna be doing a long jump into a couple more capture throws, and then, or cap throws, excuse me, just to skip all of the icicle falling platforming that we have to do. Who needs platforming when you can jump everywhere? Everyone's mad that I canceled Christmas. I'm really sorry. It was not intentional. Alright, and just one more section here before we head out. Oop, nice bonk. Bonks feel really bad in this game. They actually waste about 2 seconds every time you bonk, so if you're keeping a tally, there's another 2. we're headed back to the Odyssey because we're done here. We don't need to do anything else in snow. Snow is really just quick, kind of a lot of snow to dig through, which is the slow part, and that's it. Not really much going on. There's not even a boss fight, you know? You just kind of do most of the levels, and that's it. Odyssey's powered up. And we're headed out. Going to the opposite climate now, to Seaside. Alright. Seaside will actually have our only really instance of out of bounds here. Out of bounds is allowed in any percent. I'll be using a Cheep Cheep to do it. Tricky jump there. Sometimes you don't quite get enough height, and you just bonk right into the side there. Got another ground pound moon. Oop. I'm just missing all of these today. It's good. Alright. Now I'll be headed to what is deceivingly a 3D section, but looks like a side-scrolling section. You can actually move back and forth here. Like that. I just missed it because I wasn't deep enough into it. So there we go. Alright, so we'll be leaving here and we're going to be going to get a Cheep Cheep so we can swim a little better. So before this clip was found, you used to have to do what is called a notes moon, which means you get a music note and you have to pick up all the music notes in a small amount of time, and then you get a moon for it. And you would actually use a pepper to like make your speed a lot faster, so you could do it very quickly. It's the intended way to do it because Mario just runs on water if you use the pepper. I definitely need that moon. Please give it to me. It's a little tricky though when you're running on water. With the pepper, your controls are a little crazy. So thankfully we don't have to worry about that anymore because now we have fish clip, which we'll see here in a moment. So here's Dory again. Dory went from Lake Kingdom all the way over here to Seaside. Except I can't even grab the moon. And now we're going to be heading over to the kelp, which is an enemy in this game. I disagree with it. Take some damage. Alright, so we're going to be hugging the bottom here and trying to get some speed. I'm going to be swimming away. Okay, I definitely lost all the speed. Okay, try again. I don't think I had the... There we go. So now we're out of bounds. This is fine. We're gonna actually just spin here, do a motion spin to just grab that moon. We don't even have to go back inbounds to get it. And then we're gonna go through this loading zone. This loading zone just allows us to grab this last moon right here. And now we're headed back to the Odyssey. Again, another really quick kingdom, especially in comparison to the next one coming up. So next up is another tricky kingdom called Luncheon Kingdom. It's all food-based. So I speedrun in the morning. I start around 9 in the morning, and then by the time I'm actually doing runs after practice, it's about lunchtime. And I swear, every time I get to luncheon, it's about like time for me to eat food, and I get super hungry just sitting here watching Mario jump over piles of food. It's kind of cruel. I do it to myself, though. All right, so this is a little tricky jump we got here. This is called cheeseless because we don't use the cheese to get up there, but I missed it because I was a little far away. Okay, again, a little far away. There we go. So this is actually a pile of salt, not snow.
For every time that you miss cheeses.
For every time you miss cheeseless, yeah. Exactly. Got some volatile tomatoes. Alright, I'm gonna do a backflip. I am not facing the right direction. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna work. Alright, and then one of our Brutals has come back to play, and this is the Speedgames fight again. Same thing. Have not changed the fight whatsoever, except for the size of the arena is a little different. But other than that, whoop, I don't know what is happening. I forgot to jump on him, I suppose. Okay, and then this is another moon again that isn't like a multi-moon that we take back to Odyssey to fill it up real quick. This is just, again, one of those moons that unlocks the rest of the kingdom. Luncheon has quite a few of those. I think there's like 3 bosses you can actually do in Luncheon, if I remember correctly, but we're only just going to do Speedgames and be done with the bosses in here. And just be finding other moons to bring back to the Odyssey. Oh gosh, okay. Thought about using Cappy, but I didn't need him. Alright, now we got a little fun bit of platforming here. Oh, except for when you miss, that's not good. I'm not gonna make it back. Whoops. That sequence is one of my favorites. It's just really fun to get around really quickly that way. These little guys that I'm using to catapult Mario are called, they're called like fork something. They do look like forks, obviously, but called, oh, I cannot remember the name of their names on the top of my head. All right, and now we are going to pick up this really pretty turnip. There's like 4 of these in the level that you can use to get a moon every time. But the other ones are kind of far away, so we're just going to do one. Oop. So these little fiery guys. Well, this pink stuff is not just like harmless soup. It is like actually gonna, as you saw, it would kill me. So these little potaboos are in there very, very conveniently for us to navigate across. Now we're gonna fork all the way up here. Using Cappy. Alright, that was nice and quick. I'm gonna grab another Podoboo. We're gonna do a bit of a skip here to avoid going around. My one claim to fame is that I taught Spike Vegeta that. Apparently he didn't know how to do it. Spike is pretty good at this game too. Oop, that's if I'm missing this jump now. Come on, gotta get the back. Gotta get the backflip. Alright. So we got a pan bro, a frying pan bro, which is a really cute variant of the hammer bro. Definitely thought that was a cute idea. Alright, and again we have another moon, just opening up more of the kingdom. And we just have a few more. We're gonna grab a multi-moon at the end and be on our way. Oh wow, I can't believe I lost the Podoboo. Oh gosh, come back. Alright, there we go. We're good to go. Okay, missed that jump. Not a big deal. Try again. This is one of the scariest moons in the game. This used to be my least favorite moon, actually, because I used to take a different route to get there, and it was a lot scarier to do, and you can definitely mess it up very easily. So I just take it very slowly and very carefully. As you would. I don't know about that capture, just I have no idea why that works. Alright. Cool. So, luncheon is over. Definitely one of the harder segments.
So, while we move into the next section, I've noticed you've only died twice, which to me seems super, super impressive.
Thanks.
If somebody wanted to pick up this run, what resources are there? What would you tell them they should, start with?
So I actually, I definitely learned from, I mentioned this earlier, but I learned from a tutorial on YouTube made by Smollant1. He goes through a very in-depth, breaks down each kingdom step-by-step tutorial that I found very helpful. And actually, funny story about that. One time I was practicing this game at a GDQ, and I was talking to somebody about it, and I was like, yeah, I saw like Smollant do it this way. Like, I don't know why it's not working. And turns out he was literally sitting right next to me in the practice room, and I didn't even see him. And he was like, oh, that's me. Like, what's going on? And I was like, wait, oh my God. And I just had a little fangirl moment because I had been, watching this guy's videos for 2 weeks straight, like trying to figure out everything. But I definitely recommend his, the community for Super Mario Odyssey is awesome. Really, really helpful people. This game is very popular, so there's pretty much like always someone down to help you if you're in their Discord. But yeah, I've met some really kind people in the community, and big shout outs to them. They're pretty great. Me being a Link to the Past person primarily, so it was really cool to find another community that definitely, you know, was welcoming and very cool about everything. But I would say, as for like any speedrun, when you're learning to do one, you know, especially when you're doing early runs, your first attempts and whatnot, like you just don't reset. Like your game is gonna be different. I mean, you're gonna do things differently every time at the beginning, and you can always save time in late game. Like, don't give yourself the chance to always finish a speedrun when you're first trying to get through it. Alright, and this is the dragon I was talking about at the very beginning of the run. The hyper-realistic, kind of out of place dragon that we see. Electric dragon at that. Wow, I cannot believe that didn't hit me. That was insane. So... sure you can see it, but the strat here is just to, you know, use Cappy to quickly get these keys off his head. Woo! Almost missed it. That was really close. If he had shocked me at the end there while I was on top of his head, I would have had to do that third phase again, wasting a little bit of time. So it's very nice that I got through that. Oh, and there's our multi-move. All right, and we're out of here. So the Odyssey, as you can tell, got busted up again. Odyssey goes through like 2 or 3 wrecked states, so it's just a very fragile spaceship, you know? It's fine. We can repair it easily. Might as well break easily, too. Alright. So this is the last last regular kingdom. And then we have Moon Kingdom at the very end, which has the big ol' finale boss fight. This is my favorite kingdom. I love the theme here. I think it's really cool. I think the music's great. It's really fun, like in terms of execution-wise. Except for, you know, you gotta be playing well for that to happen, so. These little guys are called Pokios. We're going to be using them very much, often, a lot, frequently. Oh, I'm going to grab that just in case I miss this jump. I shouldn't miss it. Alright, I'm going to hop on top of this guy, do a ground pound, get the moon here. So a lot of different sections of Bowser's Kingdom. And each time we have to basically unlock it with one of these moons, and every time there's a little cutscene after it that we have to skip. So there's like the opening thing, and then the preview, and you just skip the preview, because we know what's going to happen. Oh, I don't know why I wasn't rolling. I got ahead of myself. Alright. So to move on, we're gonna grab moon shards, I guess is what they're called. Piece of a power moon. And that'll get us 1 quick moon. I'm gonna grab this Pokio, use him to grab another moon shard. Oh. There's one over here. Get another Pokio. Grab this moon. And then the last moon shard, and we should be getting another moon. All right. So before we hop to this next section, we're going to be getting a moon that's kind of hidden up there to the right that I'm trying to use the camera to like scroll towards. Oh goodness. Alright. Now we're gonna fight Topper, who we saw at the very beginning again. He's gotten a little stronger. Ooh, I just missed him. He's over there. Alright. Again, 3 hits. Oh. I'm gonna grab that health, just in case. And then this next Brutal, her name is Harriet, and we haven't seen her yet. She's an explosive little lady, given that we can actually deflect the explosives back at her, which I'm having a hard time doing. These are a little easier. So she goes in a little bit of a rampage mode. Again, the physics of how all that works for her, I just haven't figured it out yet. Nope, a little late. There we go. That's a quicker hit than before. Alright, another early hit, and again, 3 boops, and she gone. So this next section coming up, we got a little bit of platforming. Again, the music kind of amps up too, really like sets the tone, which I really like. And then we're going to be fighting Mecha Brutal. If that's the official name, I have no idea. That's what we call him. That's what I call him. And Mecha Brutal is easily the worst fight, the hardest fight out of the speedrun. It's very precise, can kind of get out of hand sometimes, but we should be okay. Another thing that is important to note here is we definitely like using rolling to help us with speed for our jumps. The more speed Mario has for jumps, the higher he can go. So I made sure to, roll there just to get, definitely the ground covered, but I also wanted to make sure I had enough speed to get up that wall. So the Pokio here, we're going to be using motion control jumps to climb really quickly. Oh. Grab this checkpoint, get some health up. And we're going to ditch him for now. Actually, ditch him forever. We're not going back to him. And we're here at the very top. And And this is the cutscene for the Mecha Brutal fight that we're skipping. And so here comes the Pokio that we're going to use for the fight. So if you look at Mecha Brutal, all the Brutals that we have fought are on him, on it. And we're going to have to beat up each one of these spheres to defeat Mecha Brutal. Use a little cheat here with the Pokio to climb back on quickly. And then we're going to get back here, line ourselves up, wait for the Mecha Brutal to stop moving, because if we do it too soon, we might just fall off. Nice. Really nice platforming there. Got lucky. So he runs around 3 times and then he does he does a little spin, throws out what we call lifesavers, like the candy, then it does 5 steps, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops. We do a ground pound and then we try to get back on. I don't think I'm gonna get back on. Yeah, I lost a good bit of height there, so I couldn't get back on with just using Cappy. So unfortunately, we're going to have to use Pokio to get back on again. It's going to be a little trickier this time with each phase. The Mecha Brutal gets a little better at knowing what we're going to do. So, you know, as you would want a boss fight to happen. But it's okay. I actually prefer killing or defeating the last Brutal with Pokio. It's a little easier than trying to do a ground pound on top of the Mecha Brutal since it's still moving around. Yeah. All right. So now we're headed to the finale of the run, which is Moon Kingdom. Yeah. Cappy laments that, oh my god, Bowser is here. And now he's not. So we have to go chase him again. So Bowser's going all out with the moon wedding. All right. And off to the moon we go. So actually, like, the Odyssey looks different now. It's like yellow and stuff, which is like little artwork, how it looks like normally. Yeah. I do like this part of the run. It's definitely weird to control. So I'm a big Mario Galaxy fan as well, and Mario Galaxy, I'm sure a lot of people know, but you know, has galaxy space physics. You know, everything's super floaty and slow. So they kind of bring that back for this game, and which makes it really awkward to try to move quickly because you're just like literally floating everywhere. I mean, it's cool because you get some major air, but like, we definitely want more horizontal motion than, I don't know why that happened, but we're using rolls. Rolls keep us nice and, you know, moving quickly, more or less. Grab one of these guys. Got 2 of them. So we get an extra nice jump. Also an extra little boost. So this part here is called Moon Skip. Moon Skip, I did not jump early enough for that. Moon Skip, we're going to be skipping this entire underground section. that normally takes a long time to do. I want to get straight to the wedding at the chapel here. So here's the chapel. There is an underground section where the moon physics are off because you're like inside the moon. And we see Bowser trying to force a ring on Peach, which is not cool, guys. And we're gonna jump right into the fight. So this fight is very similar to, so I was a little slow on that jump. It's very similar to the one that we saw earlier on Cloud Kingdom. However, it's going to be slowed down a little bit between hits here. Bowser has learned that we can't just smack him around. We have to jump extra now. And then he's also going to do this extra little fire flamethrower phase where we have to just kind of avoid it. So right there, I actually got out of his area, or out of his like target, so he restarts it, which is a little slow. But he's gonna do it 3 times there. And now we're gonna try to do that again, hit him with a cap, with his hat, rather. Got 2 spins now. Alright, back to the flamethrower phase, one more time. Sometimes this that hitbox is actually insane. Like, you're obviously getting hit by fire, but nothing happens. So I kind of took it a little risky there and paid for it, but that's okay. Oh, we got a nice hit. Oh wow, that is unreal. I just got robbed. That should have definitely been a Mario hitting Bowser situation, and it did not happen. That's okay. Alright. More cutscenes. Whoop. Early for that one. Whoa. Alright, so now we get to play as Bowser, which is rarely seen in other games. Also, we have Peach on our shoulder, somehow clinging on for dear life. The idea is to get out of the moon. Everybody gets out of the moon. Can't just leave Bowser, you know. Oh, I missed the triple jump. That's okay. So this is the only 2D section we get to see in the run, which is unfortunate because the 2D sections are really cool, especially with what they do with the music. I think it's really great. Also, they're using like the original sprites and stuff. Like, it's awesome. I'll be using fireballs here to break through the wall quickly. The trick is to do that accurately, like actually hit the wall. So we got a little moon wall here. We're gonna slam our way through. So now we're going to beat up on these pillars. Fun song for everybody at the end. Alright, so that's all 4 pillars done. Now we gotta beat up on the middle. So time is coming up here soon. Alright, we gotta wait a little bit. And time. And that's it.
So, what's your PB?
My PB is a 1:24:29.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's not though.
What?
You just got a 1:23:46.
What? That is such a bad run, dude. Oh god. Oh god, what a terrible run to get a PB on. Yo, thanks guys. Thanks for being. I can't. Yo, I got a PB. Thanks. Yo, thanks. It was awesome. You know, that's what we call a blind run in speedrunning, where you just don't look at your splits. I didn't even start my timer, so like, highly recommend.
Awesome. Good game.
Thanks very much. Got this cute cutscene at the end, but basically it goes on. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed Super Mario Odyssey. Definitely recommend getting into. It was my first 3D game to get into, and it was definitely a rewarding one. So if you're ever thinking about picking up speedrunning, there's a ton of resources for this game. Definitely recommend. It's a lot of fun to get into. But yeah, it's a good time. And if you've never played it before, you should probably just play it. It's a great Mario game in general. So. I can't believe I got a PB. That's so stupid. And also, thank you so much, Tina, for hanging out with me. I know it's a little hard for you to watch 3D Mario.
No worries. This was super fun. Your commentary's been great.
Thanks.
And hey, I got to watch you get a PB, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I get to say, you know, that's really redemption for me. During Frame Fatales, I did do a Link to the Past race with my good friend Dima Saharu, and that run was like abysmally terrible. So coming back on DDQ channel and being able to get a PB is definitely a feel-good moment.
Nice. Congratulations on the redemption.
Thanks.
It looks like we're about ready to hop over to an interstitial while we get ready to have Moni show us some Super Mario World.
You guys have fun with Moni. She is the best. Love Moni.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
So I've got Moni here with me. We are going to be showing off some Super Mario World, which, Moni, I think that the category you're going to be running, you've run this for 2 months only. You've been running glitchless 11 exit otherwise.
Yes, I have. Basically, I'm the only person to kind of be like really, really active in 11 exit. But I picked up all castles like, 2 months total, and I've gone from a 227 all the way to a 49, which was my really big first goal, and which is really decent. And this can go really, really, really good or really, really, really bad, but I'm hoping we're gonna do good and have fun.
Right on. So before I count you in, just a couple announcements. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Brawler Community Spotlight. So make sure that you tune in for that. Coming up November 13th through the 20th, we've got the new game submission period for AGDQ. Any game that's been released since August 1st, 2019 is eligible for this. So if there's a really cool new game, really cool new run that you want to get to show off, make sure you get that submitted. And as a final note, hotfixes funded via support from everybody like you. Tuning in, watching, subscribing, cheering. Thank you all very much for that. And I think, Moni, if you're ready, I'm going to get you counted in.
Okay, perfect.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, so I'm going to be doing most of the commentary here. World 1 is really fun to commentate because we need to figure out how to make it interesting, even though every single category does it the exact same way. Moni is going to be holding the run button and pressing right and holding it, and that's World 1. Sometimes she's going to press jump. Sometimes maybe she'll jump one way, sometimes she'll jump another way. But, you know, it's really up to runner taste, just trying to make it interesting. So, one thing worth pointing out, money's staying small. That's going to matter in a couple of stages. I'll point it out when it does. But you can get a power-up from those gold tapes, or not the gold tapes, the midway tapes. And she'll eventually use that. But for now, she's going to stay small. All right, so for this level, I stayed quiet while she was doing it. Moni just totally got box jump, which is probably the first big trick that starts tripping up new runners to this game. The frame window is relatively narrow, and it's the only way that you can really keep running speed throughout this level. So it's one of those things, it's not optional, but it's real stressful to get. But thanks to that, we see a 259-second timer left over, and we're moving on. Not too much to say here. Run right and jump. Don't hit the spiky thing. So all right, we're coming up on the first castle. This is all castles, which means that Moni's going to be showing us every single castle in the game. So the first couple of jumps here are, for a couple of them, easier, and for one of them, impossible if you're big. So Moni stayed small right up until the end of this first room. And she'll be getting a power-up at that point. So we got through that. Pretty nice fight. Coming up, we're going to start really seeing the meat and bones of this speedrun. Right at the beginning of the upcoming level, you're going to see Moni pick up a cape, and after that, most of the game, we're going to fly a lot. Really, that's kind of what this speedrun is. You fly. So one thing that Moni does that it's going to be really tough to kind of pick it up on stream, you have different possible flight speeds when you're playing this game, and you sort of learn to differentiate between them just based on the way that the sprites move on screen. Moni is doing everything that she can by just tapping forward a little bit to cause the game to oscillate her flight speed, and that's going to hopefully let her move forward at 51 subpixels per frame, which is the fastest flight, what we call fast flight in SMW. Okay, so for this level, getting flight early on is quite important. The frame window for that quick takeoff that Money was going for is relatively narrow, relatively easy to miss that. So she went ahead and hopped back to make sure that she gets it. Overall, that's going to be a couple seconds lost versus a lot more seconds lost, which would have been the case if she just tried to plow forward otherwise. And coming up in this upcoming stage, we're going to see the first instance of a Yoshi, I believe. Moni can correct me otherwise, but I expect that we will be seeing a Yoshi pickup come. Okay, so we skipped the Yoshi. Really, this isn't a huge surprise coming from Moni. She's the person who's super active in Glitchless 11 Exit. You would pick up a Yoshi here if you wanted to use a glitch in an upcoming level where you can duplicate some blocks. But, I mean, let's be real. I should have known better than to think that Moni would be using a glitch in a video game that's basically cheating. Alright, so the boss fight coming up. Typically, we try and keep a Fire Flower up to this boss fight, and you would use it to, again, basically do a little bit of a glitch. It's just a small cheat. The game doesn't keep track of fireballs versus stomps on the enemy's heads correctly, so you can hit them with 2 fireballs and then stomp and the fight's over. Instead, Moni is just going to have to stomp 3 times and then the fight's done. It's only a couple seconds difference.
All right, so someone was asking why did I grab the tape instead of the key. That defines what a normal exit is in this game and what a secret exit is in this game. So right there, if I wanted to go towards the secret part of Donut Flames, I would have grabbed the secret exit, which is the key, but I wanted the normal exit to continue on Donut Flames, so I had to get the tape there.
All right, just a minor mistake here. Actually, not something that's too terribly costly. There's going to be backup, both fire flowers and feathers real close. There we go. We've got our backup feather. Fire flower is right. Now that we've seen one mistake happen, this is a real speed run. Looks like we might be having minor technical difficulties. I do think that our runner may have just lost internet. Hopefully this is going to be something that resolves itself by her reconnecting automatically. We're going to sit tight and see what happens. All right. So while we're waiting for Moni to come back, so we've had a bunch of stuff going on. A lot of it running right, some of it jumping, some of it spinning the cape. Things to watch out for coming up later in the run. At this point, we haven't seen it too terribly much. Once we get into flight, however, you end up with a situation where if you take damage, you don't actually lose your power up. You're going to start seeing that be a strategy that gets taken advantage of a little bit in World 4 and beyond. Beyond that, I mentioned at the start of the run, but Moni's been somebody who's been really pushing the 11 exit glitchless category, and she just moved into all castles. It's been real impressive to watch, just seeing how quickly she's improved. All right, and it looks like she may have dropped entirely, so we are going to take a quick break, see what we can do, and we'll be right back. We're back. We're back with Moni. She's come back.
Hello. I'm sorry, guys. Should be back
so
in business.
This is actually a real speed run now. We've done a reset. And it's time to do some all castle.
Yo, let's go.
All right. I'm going to count you down. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
All right, I'm gonna go gamer mode now.
All right. So this is awkward. You've put me in a situation where now I have to figure out what to say about World 1 a second time. You're gonna run right. You're gonna hold run. You're going to jump sometimes. That's pretty much it. We are going to see a quick cut. And there we go. So we are now closer to up to date with our runner restream. We had the timer and the video just a little bit off sync, so we should be good now. So what you just saw, that's called box jump. Moni is a god, and she gets it every time. The frame window for it's pretty narrow. It's probably the first hard trick that any runner has to deal with. Oh, it looks like we might have hit technical difficulties again. Question.
Can you hear me?
Moni, you're live. We're getting a black screen right now. Looks like Muffins is working on it.
Okay.
Just keep doing what you're doing. It's really fun. The good thing is that the viewers aren't missing out on much. Hey, we're good again.
Yeah, it's like it's dropping frames. I don't know what's happening. Like it just comes and goes.
Yeah, it looks like we are getting some frame drops.
Yeah.
I think that what we're gonna do is we're gonna reschedule this run because we need to see another PB on GDQ, but if we're dropping frames, we're gonna do it another day, and you're gonna kick butt then, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I really don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's the actual internet.
No sweat. But for right now, before we wrap up for the day, you should tell everybody where they can find you on Twitch so that they can watch you just tearing this speedrun up whenever they want to.
All right, yeah. You can follow me on twitch.tv/MoniMendezJ. I'll post a smiley face in the in the chat. And
it's not a smiley face. I know what smiley faces look like.
But yeah, I'll probably keep playing this until I get the chance. But I think the stream is down again, so there's that. I don't know what's happening. It's probably OBS maybe. But yeah, I should be back. If you check my stream, I'll probably be playing this so I can get better by the time I come back.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have you on another time so that we can show this off because you're rad. This run is rad. And when you put two cool things together, usually it makes it more cool.
Yay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, and sorry for the technical difficulties.
No worries. These things do happen.
Yay.
All right, so one last time, gonna remind everyone, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure that you tune in for the Brawler Community Spotlight, November 13th through 20th. Any new game that's come out since August 1st of this year, make sure that you get any cool new speedruns submitted because we are opening up AGDQ submissions for new game speedruns. This is the first time that GDQ's been doing this. It's a really cool idea. It's going to let us show off some really cool new content. I'm really excited about it. And finally, just a reminder, Hotfix is funded by support from all of you. Everybody who's been hanging out, who's been cheering, who's been subscribing. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. And we are going to be sending you off, it looks like, over to Pasama, who is just a fantastic speedrunner. And I have no idea what you're going to see. Probably bad games. Usually it's bad games.